thank you, and shout out to everybody tuning in, and shout out to a Malachi. Correct? You gotta say Malachi, bro. He an
Yes, sir.
artist, man. He tapped up with me, and then I did manage to check out your shit. I heard it way back when, but I was like low key, I haven't tapped in for a minute, and I heard like you do like some jazz flows, you do some experimental type shit. But I'll let you tell him what you do and all that, man.
Yeah, so basically, I'm an artist from Tyler, Texas. A little, I'm not gonna say it's a small town, but it's about 2.5 hours away or so from Dallas. But like I mainly focus on more so like experimental, kind of more jazzy, kind of poetry, uh, based like sounds and stuff like that. But I've also been experimenting with a lot of like trap metal and stuff like that. So we have like a lot of like different talent in our arsenal and stuff. Like I'm a part of a kind of like an up and going record label that my homie has going, Underside
Hey, shout him
Records.
out, man. Shout him out if you part of a clique or you got a crew or record label or whoever makes the beats and everything, man.
Oh yeah, shout out my boy JJ Smitty. Shout out Underside, shout out Society. You know, we basically just and we basically just create and do a bunch of different sounds. Like we don't really necessarily stick to one genre. Everything is just very broad spectrum and experimental.
So
Anything
you
from like,
would you say you were a rapper or you just like more a musician? You do your own type of thing. You don't really put a box on it.
I mean, yeah, I would say I'm a rapper and stuff like that, but I don't really like. I would more so say I'm an artist aside from a rapper because like I don't like yes I can rap and stuff like that, but I can also do like I could do other varieties of music and stuff like that. I've been dabbling with a little bit of production here and there and stuff like that, but my boy Schmitty basically does everything else as far as like the engineering side goes and stuff like that.
How long you been doing music for, man? Is it something recent or something you've been working on for a while, or when did it all start?
So I've pretty much been dabbling with music since like 2017 on and off. Like I really started watching like homies produce and stuff like that, and then like make music and stuff, and kind of just dabbled a little bit within, and it really didn't pick up till about like I would say like 2020 to 2021. I started doing like open mic like poetry like spoken word sessions and stuff like that, and that's kind of how I got like put on to like the whole scene. And then I was doing like poetry in front of like a bunch of rappers and stuff like that at like shows and stuff, and then like decided to actually put my stuff over beats and stuff, and kind of just went from there, like mostly going to events, networking, and yeah, just like letting people know what we do, who we are, and stuff like that, and then just doing our
I heard
thing.
that. Hey man, a lot of people don't like to admit that the rap is poetry, but if you write in, pretty much that's what it is, bro. You're coming up with analogies and different ideas and shit, all with your words. You know, it's a weird job, bro. I have respect for that.
It's like a lot of the stuff that we kind of focus on is more like I would say, yeah. I mean, it's more like kind of like the depression side. Like we're focusing on like actually getting like our pain out, like feeling it through our heart. Like we're putting our heart on our sleeve type shit, and like letting the raw emotion out and stuff like that through the music and shit. So like that's
Yep,
one of
yep.
my like biggest things too. Is like we all got mental issues and stuff, but that kind of helps me stay on a different path and like help get my message out to certain people that might have the same issues going on and stuff like that. So kind of like try to help
It's
people a
like
little
a
bit.
therapeutic kind of thing for you.
Yeah, well, I kind of dabble with mental health awareness and stuff like that too. I used to have a
Hey,
group and
go
stuff
ahead,
that I
man.
made.
You ain't got to be shy about it. You could talk about whatever, because here in Vegas, there's all kinds of issues with the psych hospitals and shit. And I mean, I know homies have been through it, and I got family who's been through it and all that, bro. So go ahead, man. If you want, I'm not gonna shame nothing, fool. That's part of the problems out here.
No, I most definitely appreciate it. I think people need to be a little bit more aware and a little bit more open when it comes to putting their like emotion into their craft and stuff. A lot of people kind of just put it like bottle it up and they kind of just hold it in and stuff like that. But I feel like that causes some people more issues. So I think it's a good a benefit to just let it out through the music and shit like that. It kind of finds you an outlet aside from music. I hoop and stuff like that too. So like and just
Oh,
doing
okay.
stuff
Hey,
like
hey,
that.
hey. That's right.
Keep focus, keep exercise, keep your mind right and stuff like that. You gotta eat right
Bro,
and stuff like
I gotta get back on my tip of working out and doing my physical work. I was wrestling in that back in the day, but I haven't really been like in that tip top shape like that because that's just a different level, bro.
Shit, I'm a huge wrestling fan. Like when it comes to WWE and shit like that, I've
Oh,
always
like
wanted to
the we were just talking about that on the live stream last night about like he wants to do a bunch of different albums, the homie, but have them themed to different like wrestlers and shit. Bro.
I had seen that post and I actually dropped a comment and said I want to be a part of that some way, shape, or form, some way
Oh,
if it's
bro,
right.
hey, you hit up me or hit up the other food Chronic man. I'm sure he probably have you on. What are hey, what are some of your favorite wrestlers then? Like what era were you growing up with?
So like I'm 26, so Attitude Era for me was like the epitome of like my childhood. So like Jeff Hardy is like my
Oh,
favorite.
yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
like yeah, Batista, fucking Edge, like just I don't know, bro. It's like it's just a nostalgic, like kind of a nostalgic like feature for me and stuff like that.
No, I hear you, bro. Or you remember like Kane and stuff? We were talking about him with the mask and shit back in the day, bro. There's a
Yeah,
full. There,
it's kind
there's
of
one
crazy
from
how
Oh, go ahead. I won't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
it's kind of crazy how he went from like a whole demonic figure to like being the mayor of like a whole city. I think he's like like the mayor of like can't remember Knox County. I think it's like Florida or some shit like that. I can't remember.
Oh shit. Hey man, bro. Them wrestlers, they got their own lives outside the wrestling. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. Everything that's happened with McMahon and everything is just crazy, bro. Cause like I said, that theme song used to be my favorite. The Here Comes the Money one.
Oh no, yeah, that it's kind of unfortunate that everything happened the way that it did, but I think for like the company and for like going forward, I think it's for the best because wrestling has definitely got better in the few in
Well,
the
so
last few years.
Triple H and Cody Rhodes and them are doing a good job, and it's also like we can't say we didn't see it coming, bro. That fool's done some crazy, crazy skits out there on WWE. You feel me?
Yeah, he still has accusations and stuff going against him too, but The Rock has like majority ownership of like the program and stuff, so he has a lot
Oh,
of
does he
like
really? I didn't even know that.
yeah, bro. It's mostly like The Rock and then Triple H who run like the main card, and then like the developmental is Shawn Michaels who's like running creative for that. So it kind of like it's like they're bringing like familiar faces and stuff and like legends and like people of the name and stuff and trying to keep them integrated like in what's going on. Like despite all this shit that they've done, like hell, Shawn Michaels was fucking coked out of his fucking mind in the early 2000s.
Still running it, man. Do you
Yeah.
just like the WWE or you watch the AEW ones or the other ones at all? Like I like the fool who does the skull face paint, Pentagon Dark and stuff. I see him sometimes.
I'm familiar with the company and stuff. I just don't really like I don't know. I can't really get into it as much like that. I don't know if it's like the storylines. It's not necessarily so much more story based. It's just like actual wrestling and stuff like that. But I think that's kind of what it is. It doesn't have like a. It doesn't have anything that kind of like jumps out and grabs me and stuff like that. Like
I heard that.
WWE's bringing people over from TNA and stuff and doing stuff with them on their developmental program and stuff like that. So it's it's like they're doing more to open the doors for other companies and stuff and putting a name on smaller stars and stuff, which is kind of like what I think we need to do with the music and stuff. This is why I
Mm.
respect people like you because you give artists who normally probably wouldn't like I'm the type of person who ain't really the normal type of person to jump on here and do the interview or anything. So like
That's
I
right.
let my
Hey,
third or
I
fourth interview
appreciate you
I've ever
saying that.
done.
I appreciate you saying that. The other homies the same way, and it's like what I've been telling these fools. I do music also. I rap also. I'm not gonna ask like just these podcast questions because I know what it's like to be there and just like you're sitting there waiting for them to ask like your favorite food or some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I want to talk about my music, bro.
Stuff like that is good too because stuff like it's the small stuff like that that you can make that you can use to make connections and stuff with your fan base and build off of that. So like like I don't know, I'm still trying to figure all this out as to why I've been reaching out to people and trying to get stuff like this going for me and for my
Well,
people as
I
well.
mean, even on just
I'm
the
still
story
my
though,
homies
it's
right now.
also, bro, it's the egos that come with it too. Like I'm sure you already know. It's hard to just like the fact we on a live and it's already working and it's smooth is more than most of the time people can say because they're already arguing before it starts. You feel me?
So speaking of that too, it's like the issue that I have with my area and stuff like that is why I can't like I feel like I can't really reach out to people here is because people here are just scared to support other people. And then also it's more so like punk rock, metal, like stuff like that, kind of like a popish scene. Like rappers and stuff, and like the spoken word poetry stuff doesn't really get like a shine anymore. Like we had a venue and stuff, we had a couple that we were doing them at, but like there was legal issues at one, and then the other one got shut down because they just had some, like, I guess it was legal issues for both of them really, but like
Yeah.
one was a little bit more serious, and then like I stopped working there, and we kind of just like slowly lost like our connections and stuff. Like we really don't have anywhere to go. Like if we want to go to an open mic, we have to drive 2-3 hours away just to go to like a fucking open mic. Like we don't have any kind of opportunities or any kind of like really just shit going out here in general. It's just completely
Bro,
fucking dope at this point.
I hear you. I hear you. You're not saying nothing, respectfully, nothing new, because our area is the same way. It's like you need your permits, you need your ducks in a row. And I tell fools like I'm not going to the show if it's not set up right, bro, because I'm not gonna get my name caught up with no drama. You feel me?
Yeah, and that's the thing that we did with the most recent show. We went up to Dallas. We went to Deep Ellum for a show. It was cool and everything. We just had issues with people in our group with the ego shit and them thinking that, they can just, pitch fits and stuff like this and cry about certain stuff when it doesn't go their way and stuff. So like, I feel you on that one. I want to have everything in order. I'm kind of tired of doing stuff and really getting nothing out of it as far as like engagement and like
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily more opportunities out of it, but like more so making connections with people. Like kind of just did a shit and everybody was just standing by the bar. Like they had us open, which I don't have a problem with and stuff. Like there was 5 of us in our collective and stuff performing. So like, time's gonna go by, but it's like I want the interaction with the crowd and stuff like that. We need some of the people in the place don't have experience doing performances, so they need work with crowd work, how to talk to a crowd, let people know who they are and stuff. So it all comes with it. Like we
Yep.
just have a lot to work on with that too. But
Hey man, um, I'm the same way. Like sometimes you pull up to a show and you want to ask about a rehearsal or how something's set up beforehand. It's like, bro, we'll just figure it out then. It's like, okay, when the moment comes, it's a mess. You feel me? Like I'd rather have it then.
everything that I have ever done too has been completely like everything never has been on time. Everything has been completely rushed and just like people don't really know what they're doing. Hell, sound check on this one fucking took like an hour because they couldn't fucking connect the damn board to the interface or some shit like that. And like I don't know, bro. It's just always some shit going on. But like at the same time, that's the beauty of it because you got to go through those trials and tribulations to really kind of exceed from those situations and really get to where you really want to be and shit like that. Just learn from the experiences and keep on
Yep.
going.
It's part of the process. Rap's a tough one because you have some kids who's 17 to 18, and it's like for them it's growing, they blow up. And for some fools, it's like it's baby steps. You know what I mean? Like I've done those shows where they open at 8 and you're on like 8:15, 8:20. You know what I mean?
That's kind of how it was for us. And this one, it's like I was talking to a couple of people too. I met this one dude and shit. Like he said that like rapping, he don't even like fuck with the rap shit. He do country shit, but he was at a rap show because their band does covers and stuff like that. So we were opening for them. But he said like it took him 10 years to get where he is and shit like that. So it just takes time, slowly and gradually you'll build up. But like with that being said too, it's like it's just trying to actually get out there and put ourselves in the situations to make those opportunities and stuff like that. We're
Well,
trying
it's
to
a hustle. It's a hustle because you're trying to sell your personality and music. It's not like you're like, oh, look at this Rolex, this gold bar. It's like, how do I sell something that you can't see? You know what I mean?
bro, I'll go up there wearing clothes that I got from Walmart and shit like that. I don't give a
Right,
fuck
I'm
about like
saying.
and stuff like any of that shit. Like I'm just going up there to try to sell. Like I'm just going up there to be myself. That's what I tell my people. And then just literally be yourself. Like don't shy down. Don't try to be something that somebody else wants you to be. Be yourself, and then that will fucking if they fuck with it, then they're gonna fuck with it. Like
Hey,
worst that they can say is they don't fuck with this shit, and the hell you just go back and make some better shit.
hey, bro. Before we get too deep in the podcast, right off top, let them know if you have socials or Spotify or like just plug whatever so they can find you, and then we can get back to the questions.
Yeah, y'all can find me on all platforms. Malachi Manson, Malaki Manson, and then Instagram Malachi Manson 888 all together, and then like same with Facebook and yeah, find me on all platforms.
That's right. That's right. Hey man, what do you got upcoming? Are you working on anything right now, or you have a project or something you want to do?
Yeah, I have a project dropping September 10th called It Is What It Is. It's basically just some like lo-fi kind of sounds And then like I think on this one I kind of sectioned it off. It's like half of this like 8 songs, half of the project is like some lo-fi sounds, and then like the last half is like still lo-fi sounds, but it's a little bit more hard bass and like kind of darker tones and stuff. So like I'm kind of like I get a lot of my inspiration from like Lucky and the Earl Sweatshirt. So I'm kind of
Oh hell
like
yeah. Hey, I was gonna ask who do you listen to get that like because your flow's unorthodox. Like you have a rhyme here and then this and then a rhyme there. Like it's sparse. You know what I mean?
yes, I do that on purpose too because I try to like I tend to ramble and stuff like that too. So I find myself rambling when I write, and then I'll be like, okay, let me try to rhyme on the next bar. So like, yeah,
Okay.
I kind of get that a little bit from Earl and like all old like Odd Future type shit. Like Lucky is like one of my biggest inspirations. I love like the old Lucky shit, but like I'm kind of trying to mash like the inspiration together, and like I also fuck with like old uh West Coast. So, like Joey Badass is like one of my favorite
Mm.
rappers. So like
Hey, I can
Afro.
hear that. I can hear that influence in some of your songs. The like old 1999 type boom bap one right there, bro.
No, yeah, if you go and you listen to the last project that I did, I think it's called I think it's called A Long Lost Fallen Angel. There's like the first couple of songs are some boom bappy, and it's like yeah, I definitely fuck with different sounds. Like I'm working on a project that's like got some like more rage kind of sounds too, like working with the auto tune and stuff like that a little bit. But like I'm definitely trying to like step out of my box and be unorthodox and like not trying to stick to one sound. I want like to try to broaden my horizon and try to reach out to
I
different
hear that.
spectrum.
Hey
Somebody
man,
not fuck with the boom bap shit, but they might fuck with the rage shit or vice versa. So like just
you'll
trying
have
to
something for someone that they'll have to like. You know what I mean? Like you can't hate all of it, bro.
yeah, and then we do like a lot of like acid rap, like trippy shit and stuff like that too. So it's like trying to incorporate like the like experiences with the music and stuff like that as well too.
Well, I like how you're not trying to be just the artist who's like there's some artists who know their whole stick is they just do psychedelic music or like it's like bro, you can do different vibes. You don't got to be tripping 24/7, bro.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of it comes from that too. It's like we all have issues with like well, not all of us, like as
We
artists,
all
with
do, bro. Most of us going through something, you feel me?
dabble. Well, more so, what I was saying is like some of us will dabble with drugs and stuff like that to kind of
Yep.
dive into more of a creative experience too. So like I've had issues with where that has gotten out of hand a little bit and stuff like that. So a lot of that, that you hear in my music is also experience and trauma from that and shit like that too. So like I kind of find myself kind of going on about the same shit and stuff like that, but like at the same time I'm like that's who I am and stuff. So I'm just gonna let that speak. Like that's about all I
I
can
hear
really
you.
do. Be myself type shit.
I hear you, man. Hey, and I'm glad you honest about it. I mean, most fools really, it's like the substance or something helps art, and for a lot of people, it's hard to kind of create something when they're sober, bro. I usually like I'm
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out. Everyone's got a different relationship with it. You know what I mean? And the writing.
No, most definitely. So I can definitely relate to that one. Like I mean, should I take antidepressants and shit like that? So like that in that kind of sense, it does kind of help a create from a creative aspect too, because I'm a little bit more focused and stuff like that. But like I understand where it does. Like yeah, it can have its issues and stuff. Like I just hope that like people you don't necessarily like use it to harm themselves, more so for the
Mm.
creative aspect. If you are gonna do it, just be safe with this shit. Like use a test strip or some shit like that. Like if you're gonna do some like crazy shit, because like shit's getting really out of hand nowadays. Like you never really know what's gonna be in a pill type shit. Like especially if you ain't getting the shit from the pharmacy.
That's facts, bro. I mean, we can really go there. I mean, I've known some people who've overdosed and passed and all that kind of thing, but it's just the amount of stuff that's it's like cut or it's not clean no more is ridiculous, bro. So I just really stay smoking or out of that. Like I don't really do pills, that kind of thing, bro.
See, bro, and that's the craziest thing. So like we're in Texas and shit. So like bud isn't legal and shit like that yet. Well, yeah, I want to say yet, but like I don't even be buying my shit like off the street anymore. Like I just go to the smoke shop and buy some like THCA flower and shit. Like it's regulated at the same time, and it's like
Yeah.
what you're getting. Like you know it's not gonna be no bullshit. There's lab tests and shit that you can read.
Them pesticides, they say.
I'm taking a step. trying to take a step further. Like I wish they would just fucking make it fucking legal at this point, like it practically is. Hell,
Do you have you always been in Texas? You like being in Texas? You want to go somewhere different, or how's the location or where you at affect the music also?
I have been here all my fucking life. I've been here for 26 fucking years, and honestly, I am sick and tired of it. Like I said earlier, there's no opportunities for us anymore. So like I'm ready to go to a new city, a new state, do something different in the next few years. Like,
I hear
yeah,
you.
we gotta, yeah, I definitely want to get out of here and go venture off and try to experience some new sites and stuff like that. Like trying to reach out to some people and see if we can get some shows out of town. Like if it's like Atlanta, Colorado, Oklahoma, like New Mexico, Arkansas, some little places around here that are like anywhere from like 5 to like 10, 12 hours away.
Man, I respect it. Especially because you say you got like a little punk scene out there too, bro.
Yeah,
Shows and moshing and all that is cool, but it's also like I don't want to feel like you have to be getting pushed or like fucking punched in the face to enjoy the music. Some fools just want to enjoy a regular song, just standing there. You know what I mean, bro?
yeah, because it's like yeah, that's kind of how it was too. When we were doing a lot of shows that we were doing when I was working at the venue, we were kind of integrating a lot of rap because like I have a couple of people in the collective and shit who do like punk music and they do like we said we do trap metal and stuff. So we were kind of trying to integrate that with like the rap and the poetry and stuff. It worked out. I would say it worked out in our favor. At the same time, it's like it didn't last long. It didn't really. I don't think it necessarily made the impact and stuff that we were trying to do at the time. But like we had a little bit of a movement going at one point. It was kind of steady and it was kind of nice. But just shit happens and we're just trying to bounce back still. Like it's been about a good year now. So
Hmm.
we just got our first show like this year, fucking last month. So we're still trying to just do what we can and bounce back despite all the shit that we've been having personally going on in the group and stuff like that. And then just like personally with our like work lives and like personal lives and shit like that.
Well, man, and even all that besides, bro, it's just getting more and more saturated and harder to do a show or get something, or they pay less per stream. Like it's just difficult if you're an artist, man.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Is like I'm still trying, like I mentioned earlier too. I'm still trying to figure out the whole engagement aspect of this music. Like I don't really see the appeal of TikTok and like all the. I don't really use it and stuff like that. But I understand to be able to reach a certain demographic with your music, you have to make content. So I'm trying to make more music videos. I think I'm about to. I need to get that music video out. So I'm probably gonna drop some shit tonight. On top of that, it'll be on a
Oh, hey, what
artist
for
channel.
what song? What's it called?
It is a song that I have called "It Is What It Is," if I'm
There
not
you go.
mistaken. No, if I'm not mistaken, the song is called "He's Got the World in His Hand." So it's like a
Okay.
message and everything. But I'm gonna drop that tonight, so people who are viewing and stuff can see a little bit more of what I'm about from a visual aspect as well. But
I fuck
yeah,
with that, bro. I mean, I was in the same boat. I would say for like the last couple of years, bro, and really the only last month or two, I was like, shit, I signed up for the rap. I might as well just do TikToks or do the interviews because it's gonna come eventually anyway, bro. You feel me?
yeah. Yeah, the TikToks and stuff. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to figure out. Like, we want to start making skits and stuff. Like, we have made a couple so far, and just like we're just gonna work on more stuff like that, like in integrating like comedy and stuff. I'm a huge comedy fan, so like integrating comedy and like maybe some more wrestling themes or something like that
Yeah,
into some
that's
like
right,
skits
bro.
with
It
the
should
music.
be. You should be making your like promo for your music as fun as like when you're doing music. It shouldn't be like you just trying to do a trend or like you just want to get like the TikToks I don't like are oh, if you like this band, if you listen to Snoop Dogg and this, you'll love me. It's like that's just that
Yeah,
takes no
it doesn't,
talent or time.
because half the time the shit doesn't correlate either with the actual like with the style of the music or like the artist in general. So like yeah, I feel you on that one. I see a lot of that shit on Instagram as it is. I don't really use TikTok and stuff, but like yeah, basically the issue is just the engagement part, like making the content and stuff, and actually basically like if I post a reel and stuff, it'll get like 500 views, and then like maybe like 15 likes to like a handful of comments. Like I just want like a little bit more engagement and a little bit every like the ratio to even out and stuff like that. Like
I,
it just doesn't add up to
it's
me and
hard to
stuff.
get it consistent, you know what I mean? Because even it's like, well, even now, like we got props or we got a couple or one viewer or some likes, but it's like it's hard to even get that because people will they'll fuck with you for like a week or a month, and then they just won't tune in again. You know what I mean? They'll just let it be.
Especially with how short, broad, and people's attention spans are now too. I understand that doing short form content is probably the way. As
Yeah.
far as like, as far as like getting the message out there and being like, hey, you know, view my music and stuff, and then let them go from there and stuff. Because like you just got to be able to find something that's gonna grasp their attention. And I feel like the best way to do that is really, yeah, just to be yourself and just do what you want to do. Kind of like I don't like to follow trends and stuff like that. I'm never really been that type of person. I don't really see the appeal for it and stuff. Like I've never made music or anything that appeals to people or that I
Yeah.
think appeals to people, especially the people in my city and stuff. Like they're
Bro,
kind of
if you
always
didn't say you were from Texas, I wouldn't have expected it.
why do you
Based
say
on
that exactly?
based on like the poetry type vibes, I thought you were like an East Coast artist, is what I mean. It was like that boom bap is not a style. You feel me?
It's not really. Everybody wants to be Big X the plug. Everybody wants to be
Like a
OT.
Sauce Walker, or a DJ Screw or something, right?
And I fuck with that though. I love fucking chop and screw. Like I plan on doing a chop and screw tape. Probably like I want to try to do it before the end of the year. Like I love the slow shit. Like especially
But
with the
you're
lo-fi
not just
shit.
trying to be like 2.0, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I wanna use my influences and integrate them and use them like put my own twist on them and stuff. Like I'm not trying to be somebody else and stuff. Like I'm trying to be my own person.
Hey, outside of any rappers or rap, I mean, it could be music or anything else. What inspires the writing or poets too, since you do poetry and everything?
Um, like psychedelics help a little bit with the experience and
Hey,
shit on
bro, I
certain.
heard that. Yeah.
And then like really just like the stuff that I watch. Like I watch a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. So like, but I'm also into like the like demented shit, like dark shit. Like I like
them
serial
them
killer
uh,
documentaries and shit
crime
like that.
mysteries and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
That's where kind of like the name comes from. So Malachi is the kid from Children of the Corn
Oh,
who like started
yep,
the cult,
yep.
and then Manson comes from Charles Manson and shit like that. So like it's
There you go.
kind of like a merger of the
And
fucking
then
demons and shit like
with your
that.
with your username too, you got the 888. Is that for the angel numbers, or you do any other like meaning or symbology like that?
Yeah, so the 888 is like I have 888 tatted on my neck right here.
Oh,
So it's
yep,
basically
yep.
balance, peace, and prosperity. So it's like a motivational, like spiritual aspect. It's like always have balance. Without good, without good, there's no evil, and vice versa, and stuff like that. So it's like, we all have our
It's
issues. We
like your
gotta stay
mantra.
in balance. Yes, like yeah, basically. So it's like I'm on my spiritual journey, but I try to be one with myself in that kind of sense too. So it's like that's where the balance and the peace comes from, and then prosperity. It's just I'm always trying to be a better person the next day and stuff like that, and just prosper in that way.
Hey, we all should be, you know. I mean, rap is a hard one too because it's just people just want to see the negative all the time. It's hard to just be like building each other up because people don't really care about that, you know.
So that's another thing that I was gonna get to, and then I kind of lost track on a while ago. Like with that, there's like just a lot of violence and stuff. So like that's another reason why I feel like my music doesn't appeal to like certain demographics and stuff or certain people because like there's just a lot of violence and shit. Everybody wants to rap about killing and drugs and stuff like this and hoes and like, but it gets fucking redundant. It
It
gets
gets played
tiring.
out. Yeah, yeah.
It's tiring. So it's like I'm trying to integrate just a little bit different, just a different style when it comes to it. Like,
Rap's at that part where it's if it wants to like because look, before all that beef with the Kendrick and stuff, what was the last rap song on the charts, bro? There was not shit, bro, because they kept doing the same records. It's like it needs to change or they need to do different things to evolve, bro.
yeah, and then even then with like the Kendrick shit too, it's like that song that he put out, the like Not Like Us. I think the reason it got so big is because it's so catchy. It had that kind of poppy
It's
beat.
just that hook, man. It's just the bounce, you know what I mean?
Drake was just putting out like Drake was just putting out like bars. He was just putting out lyricism. He was just putting out over some boom bap shit. It's not necessarily gonna catch the eye. It's gonna make people listen, but it's not gonna catch the eye. And
It
like
doesn't have
that's why.
it doesn't have replay value, you feel me? He just ranting for like 6 minutes or something.
Yeah, that's where you got it. Kendrick's has replay value. They meme the fuck out of it. It's everywhere. I can't even fucking like I swear time I open up fucking TikTok, if I scroll or Instagram Reels, if I scroll the first 10 shit I'm gonna see is one of those
But that's
hits.
how our music should be. You feel like I can't hate on it because it's also like, bro, how much money would he be making? Like, if I was in the same position, I'd want that shit in the Petco, in the Walmart, when you walk into a fucking McDonald's, bro, playing my music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I understand too. It's like maybe radio appeal and stuff like that. Like I don't really make radio music and stuff like that, so I don't necessarily see myself trying to get on a station or anything like that unless I actually like focused and wrote some shit that was like for the radio. Like that's
Like
just not.
intentionally a record for the for the station and everything. I heard that.
But like I don't like my type of style really isn't for like it's not for kids one, and it's not for like it's just not for like a club like I don't know. It's not some shit that you would walk into like Zoomies and hear or some shit like that. It's
Yeah,
more
hey,
like
no, I heard that,
yeah,
man.
it has too much dark tones and stuff like that. It's really for people who like go through shit and like have issues and stuff like that. That's more so like the demographic I'm trying to appeal to. Like I'm trying to help people and let them hear a message and shit like that.
It's deeper rooted. It's more emotional. It's not just like I mean, I guess the wave is just that drill wave is what's taken over with like the violent rapping and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I mean I fuck with this shit. Like, there's some shit that I listen to or some shit that I'll fuck with, but like it's not like some
It's
stuff that
not
I'm
what you're
gonna listen.
trying to emulate, man.
Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to like, put out there in the world and shit like that.
Hey man, I hear that, bro. Hey, well shit, do you have advice for people who are coming up who I won't even say just an artist who are maybe doing it like you where they don't want to sound like no one or it's like a unorthodox type thing, you know?
Literally just stick to yourself and like do what you want to do. Don't listen to the critics, don't listen to what anybody has to say. At the same time, know the difference between criticism and constructive criticism. So if
Yep.
somebody tells you,
Facts.
hey, this like mixing needs to be worked on or something like that, don't take that to heart. Use that as your advantage and go and get better. Like we're slowly
Yep.
going, so I'm gonna eventually learn how to start mixing and shit like that too. So like it's
Hey, I
just
mean,
like
you older, I'm 22. You get it though. Like when you're young and someone tells you like, "Oh, this should be different on a song or something." Sometimes you just get worked up. You're like, "What the fuck? I thought I had it perfect," you know?
I also think when it comes to it that a lot of people let it kind of get to their head at an ego standpoint. It's like they think that they're so good and stuff, and when somebody tells them that hey, like this not it type shit, like they get too much into their head and stuff like that. So don't just don't get into too much into your head. Just let the thoughts kind of flow out, and then the create like don't force it. The creativity will just come to you and stuff like that. You
Bro,
just
some
don't.
fools got a whole rap career in their heads and they only got like 2 songs out on platforms, you know what I mean? But they're like, no, I got like 3 albums lined up here, bro. Like
It's crazy that you say that 'cause when I first started doing music and I first started doing all these shows and shit like back in 2020 and 2021, I didn't have shit out. I was just doing shit that I had recorded like on BandLab and stuff like that. And like I had a
yeah.
homie who had a studio, so I recorded 2 songs at his house over some like YouTube beats and didn't even put them out. One song was his beat and shit, but like I would just perform those and like
Yeah,
over and
yeah.
over. And finally got
Just
music out.
hustling.
Hell, it wasn't until this year that I actually got my distribution, and I've dropped a project every single month this year so far. But at the same time, I feel like everything that I have dropped prior to the last 2 projects has been completely rushed. I'm not taking my time with everything. As to
Mm.
now, I'm actually taking my time and learning from the mistakes, learning how to produce and stuff like that. Everything I'm taking more of my time with and stuff like that, and actually trying to put out stuff that I think is like listenable to people and stuff, instead of just actually trying to put stuff out just to put it out. So that's
I
another
was gonna
issue that
ask what your I was gonna ask what your work ethic like if it's more like yeah, Kendrick or Tyler route like once a year or if it's like mine's like Gucci Mane. I'll just drop that shit every week. You know what I mean, bro?
yeah, so like I got my homie sitting with me right here. Like he can attest to like my work ethic is kind of crazy. Like I will work on in like a say like a 6 hour period. I'll probably have like a handful of songs done, and then
Yeah.
like on top of that, be working on the next project. Like getting ready to plan the one project and working on the next project. Like I already got 2 projects ahead of this. I'm gonna be doing like some rage shit, and then like I have a project that I'm gonna do like it's called watching movies with my eyes closed. It's gonna be like some trippy shit.
Do you still give yourself a time to like break or unwind or something too? Because I'm the same way where it's like I got so much shit lined up, I
Yeah.
forget where I'm at in the moment. You know what I mean?
So that's kind of where I am now. I'm just kind of like sitting back. Like I really haven't done much prior to uploading this most recent project. I'm kind of just like sitting back and trying to like just let shit go by first, like, and just kind of let the creativity come back to me and shit like that before I start working on some more shit. But like, I still have some stuff that I need to work on for the upcoming projects that I'll get to in the next couple of weeks. Like, I got a lot of stuff coming up with like work and like just personal shit in life and stuff like that. But like, as soon as everything goes by with that, then like, yeah, definitely gonna be back to work and at a steady pace. But kind of
Bro,
like just chilling, slouching back right now.
respect. Hey, I mean, even right now, for me, it's like work. You know, we're still promoting the music, even if it's not music. Like all this other shit helps. Even if it's a couple people here or there, you can come back to it later. And I mean, that shit all helps. You feel me? I mean, that's what rap should be: is building each other up.
No, most definitely. Like I said, I appreciate people like you who give artists like me a fucking platform to come and speak my mind and shit like that and get my thoughts out and network a little bit and also reach a new fan base and stuff like that too and reach out to new people who might
It ain't no
not
problem,
be
bro. I feel
familiar
like
with
rap's got like a hierarchy type thing. Like fools think they better just because they got more. It's like, bro, we're all in the same boat. You feel me? I'm trying to get people to listen to me rhyme, bro. It's a weird job, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like I've already like I'm still trying to do the shit where like I want to put my people on too at the same time. So like I still have the ideas of doing like trying to throw our own shows and stuff. Like that's what my homie sitting here doing right now is like he was going over like making up a mock flyer and shit like that for like some ideas that we have and stuff like that. But like
Hey,
we're also like
if you blew up overnight and you could just go do a show wherever or anywhere, I ask, where would it be or who would be on the lineup? Like, what's your ideal performance?
so honestly, it'd probably be like it would either be East Coast or West Coast. So like Dallas or not Dallas, New York on the East Coast, or like definitely like Cali or like Washington, like on the
Yep,
on the
yep.
West Coast and shit like that. But like I would definitely like lineup wise, I think it'd be kind of crazy because we'd have like fucking people doing rap, we'd have people doing punk.
Right.
Like we'd have people doing everything, so like the shit would be insane. The lineup would be fucking crazy. The vibes would be crazy. The characters would be crazy.
Bro, I hear it, man. Is there not like if you could have one big guest or artist in particular you'd want to do the show with you? You feel me? Hey, you
Damn,
could be
that's
alive or
hard.
dead too, man.
Yeah, it would definitely be like if I could get on a lineup with Earl in some kind of way, bro.
Yeah.
That shit would be wild.
Hey man, I already know, bro. I fuck with Earl and my homie does too, but I also give him shit for it ever since that what's that one, that East one drops and shit too. You know what I mean? Like his
Yeah.
flows just be a little clunky sometimes, man.
Yeah. But that's why I love him though, because at the same time he don't. That's the thing about Earl. He don't appeal to people. He does what he wants to do. He makes what he wants to make. He's not trying to appeal to people. He knows that he has a loyal fan base. Same with Lucky. They know that they have loyal fan bases, so whatever they put out, the consumers are gonna enjoy it. The
I
actual
like
fans
I like
enjoy it.
Lucky a lot, honestly. He a top 10 for me just on his I feel like he's not overthinking it. He's just doing wordplay on a beat and it's usually clean, bro. That's ideal. You know what I mean? Well, I think he froze up, my boy. I might have to kick him and have him come back. One sec. Hey, all good. I'm gonna resend the link. We're still chopping it up. This is Malachi Manson. If you want to tune in with him, 888 on Instagram and all platforms and everything. Let me go back and send the link. I think he just lagged out was all. We'll see. I'll go for I'll stay live for a couple more minutes, but if I don't see the one pop up, then I'll have to close it out. But he's a solid homie. I mean, he's making a lot of good points. I'm pretty much in the same boat. If you're in Vegas, bro, it's hard to get your music respected or performed in an environment where it's like a bunch of people sound the same, where it's like a vibe going. You get like comedian and then you get a fucking rock star and then it's hard to it's just clunky, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't line up well. So I have respect for it, bro. Anyone, if you're an artist or you struggling or you trying to get any type of music or anything out, bro, fucking, I'll take anyone on the platform, bro. I'm not gonna, knock you down or anything. We're all trying to get some food, trying to get some money. But let me see if you text. Oh shit. I honestly haven't heard anything from him. I think the interview might be cut short like the last one, but it's not a problem because I can always run it back. Thank you, props for tuning in. Thank you for the couple of likes I got, a couple people. I'll post the full one here on YouTube and everything. Um, but all the drama and everything aside, bro, I'm really just trying to promote some music. You already know who I'm with and who I'm against. So shout it out. I'm gonna do another live later. If he wants to tap back in, I'll probably do a part two or something. But thank you all for tuning in. And you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna find Malachi Manson 888. Go oh, his phone died. Hey, his phone died. We're all good. His name Filthy God, aka Malachi Manson, SoundCloud, Spotify, but he's a solid homie. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in.